The first trick that we're going to begin with is a simple folding flower. You're not going to spin or release your fan at all. I recommend starting with just your hands and not your fans. When your arms are out on your sides, your palms are facing forward. And when they fold towards you at your waist and forehead, your palms are facing in. This is what creates that illusion of the fan folding, and you're moving your hands at the same time so they're constantly staying in O relation. I recommend starting with one hand at a time to get your fan movements correct to make sure you're folding and not extending to the next position. The next trick we're going to move on to is an arm wave. Whichever direction your hand is currently moving is the way you want to drag your handle. So when you get to either the opposite, so the top or the bottom, you're going to flick it to where your handle is once again leading the drag. When you get the motions down, you can take out the dramatic flick to make it more of a fluid motion. I like to use this as an opener when you're trying to move into your performance positions. Moving on to an O fold, you cross your arms over your head, creating an O shape, and then fold them down twice. The first time when you fold them, it's kind of like you're giving yourself a hug. And the second time you unfold them, you want to make sure your palms are facing forward so you can extend back to the top, creating a continuous movement. Next, we're going to work on a 360 extension spin. Your palms are always facing front the entire time you spin. You can do this trick both directions. You can also make it continuous, adding in as many consecutive spins as you'd like. Once again, starting without your fans and just your hands, your palms facing forward. I like to work in 90-degree turns. So when your arms are vertical, you're going to be facing side to side. And when your arms are horizontal, you're going to be facing either forwards or backwards. Focus on turning your arms before your body. Once you get that movement, keeping your palms forward, you can add the turn and the arms together to create a more fluid, continuous motion. As always, you want to make sure you're drilling both directions. When you've got the movements with just your hands, I recommend using just one fan at a time, spinning both directions and making sure that your fan isn't flipping at the top or the bottom of your rotations. The W wave is another fun little opener trick that you can use when you're moving around your performing space. It's another trick that you can move either direction. You want to focus on keeping your center wicks together and creating as circular of a shape as you can with your two fans, one leading and one following the other one. You can stop it on either side and then send the momentum the other direction, creating a back and forth, or you can create a singular continuous motion going one direction. You can also move with this really easily. You can do circles, you can move in a line. You can also easily move this shape up and down, creating different height dynamics with your prop. You can add an S stall point in your W waves, creating this nice shape to go from side to side with. The hand that's leading is going to flip up at the end of your wave to have your palm face forward, while your fan that's following stays with your palm facing backwards. An S wave is almost identical to a W wave. The only difference is one hand is in reverse grip, so your wave is in the shape of an S instead of a W. Here I'm showing you that the S wave can be done with either hand in reverse grip as long as one's in regular and one's in reverse. Horizontal head tracers are accomplished by flicking the fan around your head and into thumb grip before extending downward and outward, making sure your hand stays behind the fan. This trick can be done either alternating sides or continuous on one side. I like to break this trick down by creating W, and then you're going to flick it onto your thumb before sliding it down, getting your fingers behind and extending back to the front. Create a W, flick it onto your thumb, extend it down, get your fingers in, and extend back to start.
My style.